You're listening to Daily Manna Devotionals. Thanks for stopping by on this beautiful day. Make sure, if you like what you hear at any point in time, that you hit the thumbs up, you subscribe if you haven't already, hit the little bell icon so notifications are on. That way you get this little notification each and every single day when I make a video. And then all you have to do is click on it while you're getting ready for work, driving to work, going to school, whatever it is that you do every day. You can just click on that little drop down from YouTube on your phone if you're subscribed, and it's as easy as that. So make sure you do that if you haven't already. The title of today's devotion is Ready for Heaven. Scripture: You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Psalm 16:11. Who is ready for heaven? Anybody listen to this? Are you guys ready for heaven? Those of you that might be getting up there in years and getting a little closer. Of course, none of us know when our time will be up. It could be at a young age, it could be an older age, whatever the case may be. It just depends on God's plan for you. But if you are getting older in years, are you ready for heaven? As that draws nearer, are you okay with that? Just curious, how are you feeling about that? For me personally, I have to say, like this next phrase here talks about people joke about death sometimes as a way to avoid the obvious. They have refused to accept the inevitability of death. But Billy Graham made this observation: no one can outrun death. It will catch up to all of us eventually. So that paragraph talks a little bit about there's no way to avoid the obvious, refusing to accept the inevitability of death. For me personally, I actually don't fear death and have not really ever worried or feared death or had a problem accepting the inevitability of death. For me personally, I look forward to it. If I didn't have my kiddos, I would say, take me right now, Lord, because for me personally, I have a lot of qualms about leaving my kiddos here. I'm not excited about that, especially at this young age, when they get older and everything. Not as big a deal, but at this point, I don't want to leave them here. But other than that, as far as me personally, my own feelings inside, I've never worried about death, and that to me comes from knowing that I'm going to heaven. I know I'm going to heaven. I know that for sure, without a doubt. I'm going to heaven. I'm going to be with Jesus someday, and I'm going to be worry-free and not have any pain and the suffering and pain and things that we feel here on earth that are negative. That is all gone, poof, when you're in heaven. And also, when I just a few years back, I had a dream that I died in the dream, and I was in like a hospital bed, I believe, in the dream, and I died. I was fading away, and I died, and it was the most peaceful feeling. I can't even describe it, and it was only a dream, but I can't help but feel like God was giving me a little bit of a taste of what it was going to be like, or almost a preview in a way, because I woke up from the dream and it felt completely real. It was amazing. I don't know how to describe it. The peace was just amazing. It was like everything, all my cares and worries and everything just floated away. And I still remember, how that felt, even though it was a dream. I can't help but feel as though it is exactly how I'm gonna feel when I do die someday. And as I'm going to heaven, there's not going to be a care in the world as I'm floating up to heaven. And the way that I felt waking up from that dream, it was amazing. The peace and the relief and just feeling everything just float away and just be left with nothing but this feeling of peace. It was truly amazing. So I look forward to that a lot. And I know that I'm going up to heaven. I'm going to be with Jesus up there in heaven and have no suffering, no negative feelings of any kind. It's going to be glorious, and I can't wait. So personally, I've never worried about death. I've always been, if anything, a little bit excited about it. This life down here on earth is just temporary and just a blink of an eye compared to our eternity up in heaven. So anyway, well, the only issues I would have with dying now would be my kiddos and wanting to make sure that they're taken care of and raised up right and all that. So hopefully God doesn't see fit to take me yet, but once I get them all raised up and taken care of, then zap me up, God. I'm good to go because I'm not afraid at all. I'm ready to be up there with you. Anyway, back to the devotion here. We will all face death, so we should prepare for it now. Like the psalmist David did in Psalm 16, we find his confidence in God even when faced with death. And he uses a beautiful interchange of images. In life, David could not be shaken because God sat at his right hand as his counselor. But in death, he would not be moved because he would be at God's right hand. He knew God would not abandon him to the grave. Instead, he would enjoy eternal pleasures and joy in his presence. See, what more could you ask for than that? Look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not a Christian, make sure you hit me up with an email or in the comments or whatever. We can talk about it because you don't want to miss out on that. You want to make sure you are a Christian, that you are going to the pearly gates, and that you're going to be up there enjoying eternal pleasures and joy in the presence of the Lord. Can't beat that. Rather than joking about the future after life, we need a commitment to reality about life and the eternal pleasures that await those who die in the Lord. Like I said, if you don't know what we're talking about here, if you're not a Christian, you want to know more, just hit me up with an email. My email address is on my homepage, the YouTube homepage, or you can shoot me a message in the comments, whatever need be, and we will talk about it because I want to make sure that you are also getting the eternal pleasures that await those who die in the Lord. Come on up there with us to heaven. Anyway, this devotion comes out of Strength for Today. It's a devotional by David Jeremiah. Like I said, if you like what you hear, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe. If you want a little more Jesus, hit me up on one of my other devotions. Click on one of the other videos and listen to one of the other devotions. I have tons of them. Every single day we make a new one. Same time, same place. I will see you in the morning. Have a great day. God bless.